We go. All right, so got up this morning, did a little work in the AI stuff. You can look at the shorts and some videos I did, but this morning I am continuing to get my butt kicked by a starter. All right, so the starter saga continues. For those of you who don't know, it's very hard to get a good working starter out of these things. However, I ran into something. The starter keeps grinding teeth off, not engaged, and doing some weird stuff, right? So I decided to look a little deeper and try to see if maybe there's something else going on. Because by the time you get to your second starter, right, you kind of got to know there's something else going on here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to figure out how to, let's do this. There we go. All right, so I'm going to rotate the flywheel right now. And we're going to check this flywheel for other things. So I've taken the teeth. I've made sure the teeth are good. I've gone through everything. So I'm just going to rotate this engine over. And I'm running into something crazy here. Maybe one of you guys knows. But I think the flywheel's warped significantly. Because I can rotate it over. Now listen. Then it locks up. That's engaging in the starter, right? So if I take this and I go past it where it's hitting, the starter's engaged in there. I go past it. Then the sound goes away. Then it starts to come back in and re-engages into the starter. It's tight. Yes, sir. Engages back in. So there's something going on here. So we're gonna real quick. We're gonna pull this starter out of here, and we're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna see what kind of marks are on the starter right now, because it's gonna give us an indication in where we're engaging in those teeth and stuff like that. So let me do this again. So this saga's been going on. This, like I said, the second starter. I went up to a place, got another starter. It had chewed teeth on it. Since I had kind of destroyed the other starter trying to fix it, I should take the bottom bolt off first. It's easier that way. I had the teeth welded back up, straightened them back out, matched them up with a good known starter teeth, and here we are. So why is it taking the teeth off the front of every starter is the question, right? So now we look at the vehicle side. We've decided that the starter side itself is getting damaged by something else. There's something else in this car that's causing a problem. We might end up having to pull the transmission out. Not a big fan of doing that here in the old driveway lean-to, but guess what? It doesn't look complicated. It can't be too complicated, to be honest with you. And I don't know. If we do that, we're definitely getting a new flywheel and doing clutch work and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to do all that stuff. I'm trying to just drive this thing. I'm trying to get it to a point where I can take it down the road and drive it and then work some of the other things out of it. So got one bolt out. Let's go grab this other bolt out real quick. We're going to take a look and see what is damaged on this starter right now. And what's up, man? How you doing? Mario Garcia, how you doing, man? My first live, brother. I got 15 people watching. This is pretty cool. Welcome, everybody, to Morning at the Ranch. Here we are. There's the other things lined up. That's got a broken drive shaft, and 69 Dart's got a fuel-injected HO360. It's going to go into that. So let's get this other bolt out real quick and take a look. Excuse me while I whip this out. So this whole thing I've been doing with this car is kind of a bringing me back. So I used to own a shop, a lot of you guys know, called Frankenstein Motors, and life happened, and here we are. And it's been about a year since I've had the ability to really work on anything, and my buddy kind of hooked me up with this project, and getting my hands back dirty again. And there we go. Here's our starter. Big boy. All right, let's put it on the table real quick. So, move some stuff. Let's put it on this table. So here we are. Got the starter. You know what? Let's go outside. Have the light. Let's see what we've got. So here's where we took the teeth and welded them up. It didn't break them back off, but there is metal shavings on there. Looks like it started to take the tip off there. We have brown here. That means that's where it's engaging and catching. And it's right where every tooth was broken off before. So let's go look at the car. Grab a light real quick. Hey Abby, how you doing? Shout out to Abby, checking it out. My very first live in a very long time. My very first live on YouTube. So how you doing, Abby? I try to keep an eye on the comments. I'm learning how to do this stuff. I'm not like a YouTuber, but I am a guy who's trying to share some of my fun stuff here. Let's take a look at this flywheel, where it was. So right up here is where the starter was in there. So we're just going to take that spot and rotate down here to where we can look at it, right? There we go. All right, let's take a peek. And it did rub on there a little bit, but honestly, what I think I'm going to do is, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this engine and I'm going to set something up on here to where I can check the run out on this compared to this. So basically, I'm going to create something simple to go in between. Well, I can flip the camera around. There we go. To go in between here, and I'm going to spin the flywheel around, and I'm going to see how much movement it has this way, back and forth in that flywheel. Simple check to run out. Be like, I don't know. There's other machine places we use that. But I think that's the next thing I need to do right there. Is check that out. We're still waiting on our brake booster from Summit. It's supposed to be coming from Texas a week ago. And gonna have to call on that today. But this thing runs. It works. Radio in it works. I don't know if anything else works in it. The oil pressure worked actually. The amps worked. The dome light works. Stuff like that. So we're waiting on a couple things. As soon as this part comes in from Summit, we could even drag start this thing down the road. John Deere 8888, thank you. We'll drag start this thing down the road and I can drive it like that just as long as it doesn't die on me, because we have the old 3 on the tree, and I'll walk you guys through that. But anyway, this is the 48, just cleaned up. I don't think it's been driven since the 90s. We've replaced all the wheel cylinders, all the brake system, everything except for that master cylinder. And here we are. So I guess welcome. Thank you for watching my first live. Thank you for everybody who commented. Mario, John Deere, Abby, appreciate it. And I guess do the button things at the bottom they always say on YouTube or whatever, and share it out to your friends. This is kind of fun. I'm enjoying doing this with you guys, and I'm going to keep going. And yeah, guess we'll say goodbye for today. Say goodbye, buddy. Now the fun part, how do you stop the live?